Hello and welcome to the F1 24 track guide and Hotlap series. This is a series where I show you guys how to go faster at each circuit, how to tackle the corners at all of the 24 circuits on the F1 2024 game. Today's Hotlap is around the 7 kilometers circuit to Spa-Francorchamps, one of the longest circuits on the calendar. Short distance for laps, but it does take a little while to get there, I must admit. We'll go for a nice slow guide around this famous circuit, and then the fast push lap will be at the very end of the guide.
Alrighty, Belgian GP Hotlap. If you're in qualifying mode, ideal to start on the far outside and then take a nice fast entry into this last corner, and that's the ideal way to start your lap. Heading into turn 1, brake it at the 100 meter board. Nice hard braking. Come off it as you can as you get towards the apex. There's two different lines you can take. You can either hug the apex or take a slightly wider line where I just was, or even a little bit wider than that. And depending which line you take, it could determine your run from turn 1 all the way up the Camel Straight, through Rouge Radion and up towards Lake Com. I prefer to take a little bit of a wider line just so I can get a faster run. Rouge Radion, the new reprofiled Rouge Radion. Quickest way to get around here, stay in 7th gear would be my preference. Take as minimal steering, hit the apex. Now it's a little bit easier to get a little bit lost because if you look at the left, it's all widened up. To me, it's a little bit easier to corner cut a little bit and to turn in a little bit too early and take a little too much of that curbing. But if you can go over that curb without having to get your lap invalidated, that'll be absolutely ideal. When you get to the top, you should be in 8th gear by then, and just chill out, prepare yourself for Lake Com. Nice long run. You've got plenty of time to think about your attack to Lake Com. Brake it just after the 100 meter board. You want to brake as late and as hard as you can. Take a little bit of the curbing on the outside with you. Turn in as early as you can. Use all of the apex. You don't want to be 100% throttle through the first part of Lake Coms. Take all of the curb on the inside, and you'll briefly get to 100% throttle between back there into this corner right here. Exit of Lake Coms, hit your apex. But a little bit of a sausage curb bump, one would say, for the exit of Lake Coms. So do your best to not get hung up. I think this is turn 7. I don't know what this corner is. Brake it just before you get to the curbs, or just after the curbs. That's a good braking point. You can either hug the apex or tug your way to the outside a little bit. Try and stay away from that curb on the outside because that's going to unsettle the car. Through no name, hit your apex. It's about a 4th gear corner. Use all the track limits on the exit without having to lose it a little bit. Now Podium is actually flat this year. So what you want to do, past the 50 meter board, you want to make sure you get your turn in absolutely spot on. The key to getting through here flat. Hit your apex, try not to hit that curb on the inside because it'll unsettle the car. Use all of the available track limits if you can. Stay in 7th gear. If you're in 8th gear before you get to Podium, definitely go back down to 7th. That's going to help you with your run. Or if you're in 7th, just stay in 7th. Literally, that's going to be your best bet. Brake it just after you get to the curb and before that white line. Stay in 4th gear. Carry the brake pedal as far as you can into the corner. Try not to hit the curb at all if you can. So get nice and close. Probably 4th gear for the majority of this part. 5th gear as you exit. Use all the curb. Definitely stay in 5th. Don't bother going up to 5th. Past the 15 meter board. Foot of the brake. It's not a heavy braking, so you don't need to be. Probably don't even need to be close to 100% brake pressure. And then hug your apex. And once again, gravel at the exit, use all the curb if you can, and just follow the curb as long as you can to open up this corner if you can, and then don't even bother using all the curb. Just give it a touch. You literally don't even need to be that close to it. And then for the run up to Blanchimont, new profiled again. You'll be in 8th gear for the majority of this back straight. If you want to, you can use a bit of this Astro turf just to open up the corner, so you're not putting as much pressure through the tyres, so they're not totally stressed out. Use all the exit curb, and then your braking is just before the 100-meter board. You can take a bit of this outside curb if you want, but you want to make sure that the car is perfectly stable. Hit your apex. Try and get as far to the outside as possible, so you get a nice, faster run through the final part of the must-stop chicane. Don't use too much curb on the outside. And that is a hot lap of the Belgium GP Grand Prix circuit. So the longest circuit on the calendar. It's a fun racetrack to race at, and it works like a treat when you absolutely nail the lap. So that's the guide. Here's the hot lap.
And that was your track guide of the Belgium GP circuit. If that really helped you guys wanting to get faster at this circuit, then be sure to see plenty more F124 track guide and hot lap videos that'll be coming up very, very soon, with F125 being released tomorrow morning or Wednesday morning at 1 o'clock, depending whenever this video gets up. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a like if you really enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see plenty more F1, 24 and soon 25 racing game content. And until the next one, I'll see you guys next time.